So all right, so KCD2. So if you guys are not aware, Daniel Vavra has been on a bit of a pickle, and this is like typical. This is typical Daniel Vavra shit, right? So, in case you guys are not aware, Daniel Vavra is a highly polarizing figure for a multitude of different reasons, and tends to get ahead of himself on social media. He tends to just kind of go off on the deep end, and needless to say, he's hated by pretty much everybody, both sides, if you really want to call it that. Um, so with all that being said, though, there's one thing that he's been saying lately, and that's the fact that people need to get over AI. They need to get over like he's more so speaking about the witch hunt, right? He's more so speaking about the gaming media and the journalists and stuff like that. Like he's more so focused on that because the witch hunt for AI, as you guys are aware, is fucking ridiculous, right? Like the people that are just constantly like they're fucking nannies, bro. They're on the internet calling out these companies to be like, hey, we noticed that in this 500-hour video game that has amazing combat gameplay and everything else under the sun, that this random painting in a building that nobody fucking cares about has a AI art picture that looks slightly off, and because of that I'm unhappy and your whole game is AI slop and we're going to cancel you. It's just fucking ridiculous. So Daniel Vavra essentially was just being upfront and honest with people in the sense of saying like AI is here to stay, and he even said he's like AI is being utilized by all of these studios, whether you like it or not. And I'm in the same exact mindset. Again, there are going to be studios that are going to use AI in an extremely lazy way. There's also going to be studios, probably indie studios, they're going to utilize AI in an extremely beneficial way. It all depends on how they utilize the technology. This whole blanket fucking thing about, well, if you use AI, well, we're going to cancel you. It's so dumb. Anyway, with all that being said, now Daniel Vavra, by being honest, has essentially caught the ire of gaming media and social media as a whole. But now it's even worse because now you have Warhorse Studios firing somebody, a localizer, a translator, a localizer, whatever you want to call them, depending on the situation. And to be fair, I've always said that they're going to lose their jobs first, the localizers, and I kind of support that, to be honest with you, because they're all fucking like ideologically terrible. They're terrible. Like the shit that I've seen some localizers do is really bad, and it's kind of sad that we don't have any good localizers that will come out and speak out against this bullshit. Not that I've seen anyway. So I can't help but not feel bad for the localizers. But anyway, regardless, I'm sure there's some good ones out there, but I just never see them. I never see them. That's the problem. Anyway, so apparently they have now, Warhorse has fired a localizer, and their post is going viral because apparently they were literally replaced by AI, according to them. So we're going to talk about that and see what's going on. So if you scroll down, it says, we have reached out to Warhorse for comment, update the story. This post initially came from English language editor Max, whatever the fuck that is, shared a post to the series subreddit claiming to have been fired from Warhorse Studios, with management allegedly telling him that his job could be accomplished with AI in the future. He says, I primarily worked on KCD2 and its DLCs, including dialogues, quest logs, item names, and various other things. Simply put, if you ever played KCD2 in English, you've likely seen my work. On March 27th, with no forewarning, I was invited to a meeting and promptly told that in an effort to make the company more effective and save finances, as of next month, my position at the company would become obsolete in favor of using AI for all translations going forward. Then he wrote that he has been vocally opposed to using AI translation tools at Warhorse, but never to the extent that it might actually cost me my job in the future. He wrote that he feels incredibly betrayed by the management, and while he's not asking for his job back, you can be damn sure I won't be quiet about my experience. A follow-up edit thanks to all commenters showing support and caution fans against review bombing, etc., etc. Now, apparently, there's been an update. It says on March 29th, since they first published the story, KCD2 English language editor Max has confirmed his authorship of the Reddit post in question. We've updated the story to remove any ambiguity over his identity. Okay, so he's confirmed that was him. So he's not like, it's not assumed, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So this is going majorly viral. Now, I don't think there's been a comment from Warhorse Studios, nor do I think there is going to be a comment. And if there is one, it's probably going to be Daniel Vavra saying to fucking get over it. That's what I really think is going to happen here. And to be honest with you, like I said before, I think that this is relatively okay. I really do. And I know some people are going to have a problem with that. But I just think that with all the work that we have seen lately, and by lately, I mean the past 5 to 10 years, with localizers in all aspects, by the way, because it's kind of weird, but like the localizers, they're spread amongst all forms of entertainment. It's almost like you're seeing all the same localizers in all forms of entertainment, and they all have the same ideology. It's weird. But regardless, localizers naturally are going to be the ones that are going to lose their jobs first with the rise of AI. Them and journalists, like those two they're going to lose their jobs guaranteed, because you guys do not fucking provide anything. You do. I'm sorry. You don't provide anything of value. There is nothing of value, in my opinion, from completely changing context and overall intention of the artist's work into something that is completely fucking Western bullshit. There is nothing, there is no value to that whatsoever, in my opinion. I'm only going to see that and view that as tainted work. That's how I'm always going to view that. So it's unfortunate for you, but AI is just going to do your job better. That's just what it is, man. Gamers Republic says, I love KCD2 and I don't entirely disagree with the firing, but the game only costs $40 million compared to AAA. That's nothing. Well, I mean, I don't really know. I don't really know what you're trying to say with that. You mean like because their budget's so low that they shouldn't have fired the guy or something? I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. Because for me, it's like, I don't, just because you spend less doesn't mean spending even less is necessarily a bad thing. If you could cut corners and not affect the quality of your game, right? Because this is, hey, peace out, Leering Center. Yeah, I'll be playing with Leon, Savage Planet tonight. We'll be playing co-op Revenge of the Savage Planet. So stay tuned for that, brother. Thank you for hanging out. If you can make your game cut some corners, save some money, and not affect the quality of the product, I don't think anybody's going to care. And I think one of the best ways to do that for the beginning of AI and the rise of AI right now is by pretty much getting rid of the localizers. I think that AI, if it's not there, it's going to be there pretty soon. Because keep in mind, according to this post, he didn't get fired to be replaced with AI now. He got fired because AI is going to be doing his job fairly soon. So they're pretty confident that he is useless. Pretty much. They're confident that he's useless at this point and that AI is going to be able to do his job pretty soon. Right? So I don't know, man. I think that I'm okay with this ultimately. I don't think anything of value is lost. And at the end of the day, man, if there was anything of value, I don't see it based off this guy's entire fucking reaction to this. It's kind of like a woe is me. I feel like I'm irreplaceable kind of a thing. I really do think so. Guys, I can't even, I've burned them out of my mind, but I'm sure a lot of you guys can remember some of the most egregious localizer fucking destructions that we have seen in anime, fucking video games, TV shows. Like the shit that localizers have been doing, I feel like they're running amok. They're unchecked because the Japanese are not like verifying I guess, the integrity of the story because they're buying the fucking Kool-Aid that these people are selling. Because these localizers convince the Japanese teams that they work with that this is what the Western audience wants and needs when consuming their content. And that's not the case at all. And we can fucking complain and yell as much as we want, but those people, they're not seeing our stuff. Right? They're listening to these people because they work directly with these people. Right? So they're feeding, they're believing their bullshit. Didn't sus come from localizers? I think so. I mean, from a Western standpoint, I suppose. But I mean, listen, perfect example. There's been times where you'll have an anime where they're speaking normally, and then the English localized version is basically fucking translated to like TikTok speak, where they start talking like literal teenagers. It's stupid. It's so fucking stupid. It's like, are we serious right now? Like, what are we doing? You know, I can't even remember some of the fucking Gen Z terms they were coming up with. But they would just have them talk. It was so cringe, man. So cringe. Like, you can't just have them fucking talk normally? I guess that's impossible. So, in any case, we'll continue talking about that. We're going to go into the Epic Games story now, guys. So, but before we do that, let's catch up on Supers, see what you guys are saying.